Hello students, welcome to Joy of Learning English. In today's video, we will see how to write a report. The word limit for report writing is 120 to 150 words. Format 1 mark, content 2 marks, expression 2 marks. First, let us see what is report writing. What is a report? Report is a short document that summarizes important events, incidents, issues or findings. Specific information and evidence are collected, analyzed, organized, and presented to a particular audience. What is the difference between an event and an incident? Event is a planned public or social occasion. Examples are annual events, competitions, contests, tournaments, match, seminar. What is an incident? Incident is not a planned event. It's a consequence or a result of something else. Something happens and as a result of that an incident takes place. Examples are accidents, natural calamity, theft. So while writing a report, you should know whether you're writing a report about an incident or an event. Now, how should be the expression? How should you write it? It should be written in third person point of view. You should not express your own views. It should not be subjective. It has to be objective. You're reporting an event or an incident that already took place in the past. The action is complete. It's over. So you have to report it in past tense. It has to be in indirect speech. You all know that indirect speech is also called as reported speech. So when you're writing a report, it has to be in indirect speech. It should be in passive voice, which means you should use was, were, and by often. And most important thing is there shouldn't be any spelling or grammar mistake. So it is better to keep your sentences simple and short. And you don't have to be too formal like how you write in your formal letters. You can be like a little less formal. This is the format of a report. On the top, you have to write the heading. It has to be center aligned. I hope all of you know what a title case is. When you write the title, all the words except the minor words should start with capital letter, which means they should be capitalized. Look at the first title. Every other word except the minor word the first letter is capitalized. The only exception for minor words is if the minor word happens to be the first word of the title, then the first letter has to be capitalized. Look at the second heading. An is a minor word, but here an is the first word of the heading. So A is capitalized. There is a simple rule or trick to write the title. You have to read the question properly and you have to find the keywords. And in your title, you should use at least 2 keywords. I'll tell you how to do that. When we look at the example, I'll tell you how to generate at least 100 titles from the given question itself. After your title, leave some space. Then on the left side, write the name of the place and the date. If the name of the place is given in your question paper, then write the same name, or else you can write the name of any place. Date can be your exam date. On the right side, you have to write the name of the reporter. Write by and then write the name of the reporter. Even if the question paper tells you to write the report, don't write your real name. Look for a name. If the name is already given, write by and then that name. If no name is given, you can write by staff reporter of the name of the newspaper. Then leave some space and write the body of the report. Here, all the paragraphs should be left aligned. Should you draw a box? No, it's not necessary for report writing. The opening paragraph or the first paragraph should be the introduction. It should tell the audience when, where, and what kind of event or incident took place. You can mention the time, day, date, month, where it took place, the name of the place, the name of the venue. Everything will be there in your question paper. You just have to read it properly and you have to join all those information using words like organized, planned, conducted, arranged, happened, took place. Second paragraph will be comparatively bigger than the other paragraphs because it gives you the reason. It gives a description of the event or the incident in chronological order. Chronological order means the sequence of the events. So according to the time in which all the events took place, you have to put them in order and you have to present it, you have to describe it. This paragraph will tell you why this event is happening or why this incident took place, who are all involved in it, what is the reason, what is the cause. If it's an event, who was the chief guest or the host, MC, presenter, who was the winner, the highlights of the event, how many people attended. So here you can use words like inaugurated, gave a speech, praised, honored, awarded, entertained, all those things. If it's something like an accident or a natural calamity, you can use words like disaster, collision, crash, emergency. You can write the number of people who got injured, unconscious, admitted in the hospital. So how was the situation? Grief, distress, shock? Did somebody help them? Was there a good Samaritan? In the third paragraph, you have to provide evidence. If the second paragraph was about cause, then the third paragraph will tell us about the effect. A good reporter will always interview people. So it can be about what the people told the reporter. If it's effect, then you have to use words like because, therefore, as a result of. If you're giving additional information after the interview, then you can use words like in addition, moreover, then you can include the views of the eyewitnesses, affected people, attendees, participants. You can write things like dinner served, refreshments provided. Keep the closing paragraph small. It has to be the summary of the whole report or it can be a suggestion. Here you cannot give any new information and you shouldn't give your personal suggestion. It has to be objective. You can end, if it's an event, you can end it like ended with the vote of thanks of a certain person. You can say whether the event was a success or failure, or if it's an incident, was the incident a warning? You can write something like a committee has been set up, an inquiry has been ordered, something like that. This is from your sample question paper. As I read, look for the keywords. The efforts of 400 volunteers working with the NGO for literacy in the district of Malkangiri, Odisha, was lauded by the district collector Shri V. Singh IAS. As a staff reporter of the Odisha Bhaskar, write a report about this in 120 to 150 words, covering all the details of the event, such as training, teaching, and infrastructure involved in the Each One Teach One campaign, initiated by the district administration in association with the NGO. I'm telling this to you again and again. Look for the keywords. They are the ones which are going to help you develop the report. Don't miss any keyword in your report, and your title should have at least 2 keywords from the question. As long as your title is related to the report, it has 2 keywords, it's on the top and center aligned, you're going to get 1 mark. Look at these examples. I have used keywords from the question. This way you can generate hundreds of titles. Title: District Collector Praises Volunteers. Name of the place: Malkangiri. Date: 13 May 2022. And who's the reporter? By staff reporter of the Odisha Bhaskar. The opening paragraph tells us when, where, what event was it. An event was organized by the Malkangiri District Administration in association with For Literacy on 12 May 2022 to acknowledge the efforts of 400 volunteers working with the NGO. Here I haven't given any new information. I collected all the information from the question paper. I have used the keywords and I have presented it in passive voice. The chief guest of the event was Shri V. Singh, the district collector of Malkangiri. All the 400 volunteers who brought a positive change in Malkangiri were lauded by him. Certificates were given away by him to the outstanding volunteers and students. The director of For Literacy told us in detail about how the volunteers were trained and how the students were taught. Attendees were also informed about the infrastructure like classrooms, books, curriculum, assessment, budget that were involved in the Each One Teach One program campaign. Here I have added 1 or 2 sentences of my own, otherwise it's all from the question paper. Third paragraph, I have included a small interview. This says, as told by Simi, an underprivileged girl, she and her friends were very happy for they have learned to read and write. And I've kept the fourth paragraph very small. The event ended with a vote of thanks of the coordinator of for literacy. Just remember these points. You can score full marks in report writing. For more such videos, hit the subscribe button, keep the bell icon on, like the video and share the video with your classmates and friends. See you in next class.